Hi, welcome to the Lightful Podcast.
Joey, you.
Hello. Switching it up. It's been a very long time. Hi, everyone. I'm Kyler. I'm your host this evening. Today with us, it's just the three of us. We have Wylie, or no, not Wylie. Messed that up. Wylie's the only one who's not here.
Started over.
Keeping it in. Keeping
Get
it
Frank
in.
back.
We're keeping it in.
Oh shit! Why is he the only one that came to mind when I
The
said
one
that?
that's not here.
The only one who's not here.
We're keeping it in.
We could keep going with that. We have Darrien and
Sir.
Joey, and
Hello.
it's just the three of us today. No guests. Wylie is still on vacation, so he won't be here until what, next episode? I think.
Like
I
two.
don't. Might be next episode. Might be the one after. We haven't really discussed.
Never
Okay.
know. He
He'll
may
be
never
here
come
soon.
back.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll write him out. I don't know. Well, at least need him for editing because the last time we recorded, you guys didn't hear it because our fill-in editor made a mistake and all that recording got scrapped.
I do not.
But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that tonight. Tonight isn't
Darrien.
as usual an episode as we usually have. There's no main topic. We're just kind of catching up. We've been MIA for a little bit. It's summer, so we're off doing our own things. Some of our hosts just got back from vacation. Some of us are still on vacation.
And some of us never went on vacation.
Yeah. Some of us just stay home and play with our dogs. Spend time with our family. So we missed out on the last two episodes of Loki. We'll be catching up with that. Black Widow came out. A few other movie entertainment stuff. So to start with that, we'll hand it off to Darrien.
All right, guys. Antonio Banderas cast in Indiana Jones 5.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this movie is such a mess,
For
dude.
what?
Next thing you know, you're gonna have Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman swinging from vines, bro. This is too much. This is like the Expendables 37. Like, I don't.
My contact was fucked up.
Well, how old is Antonio Banderas? He's not that old.
He's not. Nah, but he looks old.
He does look
I mean,
Does
old.
he?
He might be 60 something.
He looks a
now.
little
No.
rough now. Yeah. You remember
Let
in
me see.
Spy Kids, man? You know, super young, black hair.
Facts.
That's not him
Sleek.
anymore.
In his 60s, you think? I don't
Let me
think
see.
he's that old.
Let me see his age.
What is? Did they announce like what? He's
No,
gonna
they.
be doing?
I mean, we still don't even know the plot. Yeah, he's 60 on the dot. I called them.
He's 60? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me see here. Look at him in Zorro, dude. What a stud.
Right?
Oh wow, yeah, he does look. He looks older. Damn.
He looks his age. I mean, look at this guy. What in the world, dude? The 90s were good to him. This is crazy. Yeah.
Well, how old
So-
is George Clooney? I just saw that movie he was in on the Netflix original one. What's it called? Where he's on like the base in Antarctica, the research base.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Heard that was
Really good
terrible.
movie.
You liked it?
I liked it.
I didn't see it, so.
I thought it was good. I mean, it's nothing like it's not a blockbuster movie, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
He's 60 as well.
Is he?
Wow.
He looks.
my
He's.
God.
I think it's the beard there that made him look old, though.
Yeah. And he played like a borderline alcoholic and stuff like that. So he was disheveled on purpose, but he looked a lot older in that movie. Oh,
Interesting. What was the name of that movie?
I can't remember. I can look it up. Go ahead and keep going, and I'll jump in randomly with the name.
All right. Have you guys heard about the new Netflix original movie, Milkshake? Gunpowder Milkshake? I'm sorry.
Oh, who was just telling me about that? Someone was literally just talking about that movie. It's
It's Karen Gillan.
yeah. Oh, at work. Yeah. That's where I heard about it. Yeah.
This movie is
about?
getting. Well, for all you need to know is it's a Netflix original movie.
The Midnight Sky.
So
Okay, the next
75%
George
chance of
George
missing.
George Clooney.
Joey, I'd go 85%.
Okay.
Netflix has really good series. Their shows hit more often. Their movies are atrocious, dude.
Yeah.
They're so. I mean, what's a good Netflix movie original? Uncut Gems won a bunch of awards.
Uncut Gems is a Netflix movie?
Yeah.
That's one of the 5 movies that Adam Sandler. Remember when he signed on with Netflix for that $250 million deal? That was
I
one of
didn't know
them.
that was a net. I thought that came out in theaters.
It might have came out in theaters too, the same way The Irishman did, which is another one that won a bunch of awards. That's a Netflix original.
Is it really?
Yep, with Scorsese directing.
Holy cow! I didn't know that.
So occasionally they'll get some of those.
Yeah, it's like a one-hit wonder almost.
Yeah. I don't know why they keep doing this. This one's getting ripped up. And I saw the trailer and I was like, this looks horrible, dude.
What about that one that was like all over the place with DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence?
I'm so ready for that.
That hasn't come out
Don't
yet?
look up. No, it comes up this year.
Okay. That's a Netflix original too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But the cast, I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
cast,
when you
dude.
have a cast like that, you have to have a good movie because it's just you have no choice.
Yeah, you can't. I wonder who the writer is, dude. Imagine if it's Aaron Sorkin. No, it's Adam McKay.
Aaron Sorkin. Why is that name
Oh.
so familiar?
Aaron Sorkin has done quite literally everything, including The Social Network,
knows it down.
which Wylie knows. I love
That's
that movie.
David Fincher. Movie.
Yeah, directed. But Aaron Sorkin's the scriptwriter. He did
okay.
Moneyball,
Okay.
Trial of the Chicago 7, Steve Jobs, Social Network.
Steve Jobs was the Sandler one, or not Sandler.
Fassbender. You're
Fassbender.
thinking Ashton Kutcher, maybe?
Ashton Kutcher. I don't know why I said Sandler. Yes.
I didn't see the Ashton Kutcher one. I saw the Fassbender
either.
one. Great movie.
Was it?
Not what I expected.
I'm
But
not a
a
big
really good
fan of movies that are like not documentaries, but like about real people. They don't really
Yeah.
hit me the same way. I loved Bohemian Rhapsody. That was phenomenal.
Bohemian Rhapsody was a really good
Rami
movie.
Malek absolutely murdered that role.
He killed it.
Yeah, that ooh, I just
Creepily
got
his the
goosebumps.
mannerisms and whatnot.
Yeah, it was insane.
The way he
It
was strutting on the
absolutely
stage at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
and stuff with the mic.
he earned that Oscar. That was phenomenal. But other than that, I mean, and Crystal had to force me to watch that movie because she'd seen it a few times.
Seriously?
Yeah, she literally had to like sit me down. She's like, "No, we're watching it now." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I was gonna see it in theaters, but I remember when it came out, and I just never ended up getting around to it. For some reason, I just wasn't like. And I love Queen.
Me
but
too.
The trailers didn't really.
Yeah, those movies, that genre just doesn't really like.
Yeah, I never saw
Appeal to
Rocket
me?
Man either, and
Me
I
either.
heard that one was.
I heard,
okay.
yeah, I heard it was garbage.
Got worse reviews than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's Wolverine.
wait, what?
They're like seriously talking about Taron Egerton being Wolverine.
Seriously?
You didn't know about that?
No.
That's what I've heard.
I
I don't
People
know
made
for
like
certain.
pictures of it, but I didn't think they were gonna actually like seriously take.
They're
Yeah.
looking for these short, blocky white guys to play Wolverine. I mean,
Well,
him,
that's
Tom
what
Hardy.
that's what he is in the
Yeah,
comic
he's just
books.
really
He's super
bulky.
tiny. Yeah, he's like 5'4" in the comics, or something really small. He's a small dude.
That's why he could just like
Yeah.
zip around.
That's also why.
And
he's
that's what-
very massive. He's a small,
Yeah,
massive
right,
dude.
Yeah, he weighs like 300 pounds of pure muscle, and he's 5'4".
Bro, I love Taron Egerton too. So I mean,
I don't think I'm personally. I mean, I said the same thing about
Kyler was right.
what about Taron Egerton?
5'3". Wolverine's 5'3".
Oh, 3. Okay.
oh my
yeah.
goodness,
Oh, I thought I was
dude.
undershooting. That's.
I just learned something new.
Yeah, I thought the
That
same
is
thing about Robert
crazy.
Downey Jr. though when they said he was going to be Iron Man. I was like, eh. And then now look, but I feel like Tom Hardy would be perfect for that role personally. But now he's Venom, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, we all would want Tom Hardy as Wolverine. That'd be amazing. You know what though? There's a lot of actors that could play a good Wolverine.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a young one, Taron's probably the way to go.
He's just not bulky enough. He's a
He could put on size. Nah, he could put on size.
he could put on size, yeah, but Wolverine is supposed to be bulky. Like
I mean, Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman wasn't bulky. He was just ripped.
Oh, okay.
Hugh Jackman is a monster.
Speaking of this, holy crap, it's gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
The next piece of movie news was that Henry Cavill is reportedly in talks with Marvel Studios to have a role in the MCU.
Yeah.
No idea what the role
People
is.
want him to
Captain
be
Britain?
Captain Britain. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking Wolverine. What's Captain Britain? What a whack
It's like
He would
superhero.
be Wolverine. What the heck?
Captain
That'd
Britain.
be
is like
awesome.
Captain America, but for
He's
the
like
English.
6'4". he's a foot and an inch taller than Wolverine.
Oh no, it's
supposed to be.
Wolverine. Why
Henry
is he so
Cavill?
huge? Yeah.
Henry
No.
Cavill's a big
Yeah,
dude.
There's.
He's wide. He's not tall.
Yeah,
He's
he
not-
is.
he's not
I think
6'4",
he's
but he
6'1".
is tall. He's like
6'1" or
6'1".
6'2".
He's 6'1".
Yeah.
Wow. He looked really
Ben Affleck
short
is,
and
I think, like
stocky.
6'4".
Yeah. All the
Ben
DC,
Affleck
all the DC guys except for Ezra Miller are like really tall.
Yeah.
Imagine being in a room with them. You got Jason Momoa
They're all
and
just
and
staring
Henry
down at you.
Cavill.
And then Ezra Miller. Looks like he just crawled out of a locker.
He's just beating a woman in a corner.
That's not funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
No. The act of beating the woman is not funny. Let me be very clear.
It's just Ezra Miller.
It's just Ezra Miller, yeah.
Ezra Miller getting beat up by a woman is funny.
We do not condone that, yeah.
Oh,
Gosh, can
Bro,
we talk
Captain
about the
Britain
Flash?
sounds whack, dude. What is he be like? Oh, come over here. You can't go over there.
Yeah, but we
It's
saw
the stupidest.
But we saw Red Guardian. He was awesome.
Red Guardian was sick.
So
like Red Guardian.
just I mean, another
Hopper
super
made
soldier.
that movie.
He really did. He really did. He saved that movie.
We should probably save that talk until we go to the Black Widow movie, though.
Speaking of that, I feel like now's the time we discuss the Flash, this new season, and everything that's going on.
Kyler, have you seen? I've been seeing
No.
this dude's TikToks and videos of like
Grant Gustin?
of this season's Flash, season 7.
No. It's season 7?
Yes,
Season 7.
they
Oh my
have
God.
to let it die because it looks
They should have let it die
absolutely
season
terrible.
2.
It looks
What's going
absolutely
on?
terrible.
Bro,
Like-
but let me
Well,
say
Impulse
this.
is there now, right?
Yes, but it's just pull up.
How is
pull up
it
a clip.
possible?
Pull up a clip.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
How is it possible that the effects in seasons 1 and 2 were 1,000 times better than season 7?
Dude.
How does that make sense?
Really?
Yeah.
Did
If you
their
have-
budget get cut or something?
I don't know, but if you have enough money to make a 7th season, like, come on, step it up.
Well, I think CW is like hemorrhaging right now. I can't imagine they're doing
I
too
would assume
hot.
so, because just wait till you see it.
I'm trying to find. There was a TikTok I found of when
Said
she was
dirty.
driving. Joey, find the one where she was driving on the highway, bro.
The TikTok?
Yeah, while I show this, because that's the one I really want to show. But this one's lighting up the
What's
internet right now.
what's like the premise of this season? What's going on?
Is it Godspeed is the villain? Is that what it is?
Again?
And Jake Garrick is back, and Harrison Wells is back.
They just keep reusing the same thing.
Same people, except Cisco's not there.
God. Oh, what happened to Cisco?
He left the show.
Yeah, but he came back.
Good.
All right,
What the heck?
look at this. Look
That
at this.
costume just right off
Yo,
the bat.
I
that
sent this to
costume
D
is
yesterday.
bad.
I can't.
Look at this. So as we're watching right now, what's happening is the Godspeed is summoning a lightsaber. Yes.
Just wait for
What?
it. Wait for it.
Zeus?
Wait for
He
it.
has summoned a lightsaber.
Wait for it.
So Barry and Jay summon lightsabers as well.
That's not even Jay. That's Dawn.
Whatever. And now they.
What in
Look
the
at this.
world?
So now we're watching a lightsaber battle in the Flash, and they're doing it in slow-mo, even though they're speedsters. Look at this. Bro, I can't.
Are you
this.
serious? What in the world? That has never been a thing.
I can't wrap my mind around the Simba. You can't just look at this. I mean, this is just too much.
That
wish-
is so bad. Whose idea was that?
I don't know.
But that's the thing
gets
with
worse.
CW. I don't understand how. Okay, crappy concepts happen. They're a thing. It's a thing. I get that. That's fine. What isn't fine is the crappy concept coming up in like table meeting or whatever, getting to production,
Yep.
then post-production, and then airing on television. That's not okay. Someone along the line it's their job to say, guys, this sucks. We can't put this on television.
I don't understand what the thought process is behind what's going on with this crap. Mother, middle of the podcast.
She said, "Oh, oh."
My goodness. She's like all running in, about to jump on the bed with
Hi,
Simba.
Hilda.
No.
God, we can't edit that out. This is, I mean, this goes out to millions and, well, billions technically.
This
Anyone
is
can watch it.
international.
Yeah.
We're international, baby.
You want to take them out? Take them out. I'll shut off the camera. Go ahead. Right, it's not on. Take them out. Get them out of here.
Just do a little pause.
Hi,
I'm
Hilda.
like, why is my door swinging open again? I don't have a second. Don't tickle them. I'm in the middle of a podcast.
What's going on?
Goodness.
Okay, can we just like clip that and put that at the beginning of the episode?
Honestly,
Don't
Oh.
tickle him. I'm at the beginning, in the middle of a podcast.
I found it, dude. How do I?
Oh, you found it?
Oh my
shoot.
goodness.
You gonna
Yeah.
screen share from your phone?
No, I should be able to pull it up on. There's probably a website.
This is still Flash.
This is still Flash. This is Another episode from this season that just it caught me so off guard when I saw it, and I had to really check for a second. I was like, "Is this seriously?" Yeah, here we go. Okay, putting it on. Check it out, Joe.
And worse.
So it's them driving on. This is for the audio listeners. It's them driving on the highway. All right, a car swerves out of traffic.
Oncoming traffic?
Look at this. She swerved.
She
I just
swerved
can't.
into
I
it.
can't.
She swerved
And then
into
watch
the car.
watch this.
I was close.
No.
Oh my goodness! Look at this.
There's
Dude,
multiple Godspeeds fighting
look
on
at the
top
way
of
they're
the car now.
fighting.
They're like robots. They're like clone robots or whatever.
I don't
Bro.
care.
Look how look.
That
They're not,
choreography is horrible.
they're not even fighting quickly.
The show gets worse.
Oh,
How did that get past
D,
editing?
D, I sent you.
That was the worst
I sent you a clip.
fighting
of your phone.
choreography I've ever seen in my life. Oh man, yeah, no, just let
Bro,
it die.
she drove into traffic. She drove into the car. She would have been fine.
Yeah.
Oh, why is there
What point
pop
did you want me
up?
to forward it to?
1 minute 35.
Are we just watching? Are we just like a clip show now? We're just watching clips from this terrible show that we're
Yes.
just bashing. Wait, is that Iris?
Did you go to minute 35? Yo, you skipped it, that, bro.
Right here.
Oh wait, go back. Wait.
Oh
what?
no, in the
How did
costume. So it's a bunch of Godspeeds. Why is one of them like chunky?
Bro, she pulled out a whip, and if you go to the one before that, you see Bart.
Who is that?
That's Nora. Bro, he threw ninja stars. Ninja stars.
Wait, Nora, his mom, Nora?
Daughter.
Yeah, this looks so bad. I
His
can't.
daughter?
Anyway,
Barry's daughter? He named his daughter after his mom? Why is his daughter the same age as him?
They're from the future. They came back.
Oh, more time travel.
Yeah.
Okay.
in better news, Elizabeth Olsen said
What?
Doctor Strange 2 is, quote, a very, very scary movie. It's old Sam Raimi.
Okay. So I don't really trust what Elizabeth Olsen has to say on Marvel.
Well, you know, it was more
offense to
Paul
Elizabeth
Bettany's
Olsen.
fault. It
If
wasn't
she
her
wants
fault.
to be on the podcast, I welcome it. I would love to have her as
Truly.
a guest. I did
I'm
after
single.
WandaVision.
Dude, I'm single.
Whatever. after what was WandaVision and some of the comments made by the cast and crew, I'm not 100% trustful.
That was Paul Bettany's fault. But yeah, my question is, how scary does Marvel get with Doctor Strange 2? What do you guys think? You think it's...
Nah, I don't think it. Maybe a thriller, like a jump scare, possibly. But
I'm just trying to think because, I mean, obviously we all know the stuff that Marvel's put out, and it's the same thing, just reskinned for different heroes and stuff like that, which is fine. That's what comic books are. But this would be way, way, way out of their wheelhouse, like something we've never seen. So it's hard to contemplate and like wrap your head around what that would entail for a superhero movie to be a horror movie at the same time.
Yeah, I can see them doing it if they wanted to make an actual horror movie. My only thing is, it's not a movie like Blade, for example, which is more of a
Vampires.
darker movie. It's about vampires. It's like heavy, that kind of stuff. Not everyone is going to see that movie, so
No.
they have more liberty with what they want to do. Doctor Strange 2 is going to be pivotal to Phase 4. It's going to be like another Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you're into the MCU, you're going to need to see that movie, that kind of thing.
Mm.
I don't think it's going to be like an
You can't
actual-
lean into it too hard.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be that heavy of a horror. I think it'll just be
No, dude.
darker.
yeah,
I mean, I know they're doing the what is it, Mobius, the Jared Leto one where he's a vampire.
oh yeah,
He's his that character.
They're
I
doing
don't know.
that too?
Morbius.
Yeah, I don't. Or Morbius,
Yeah.
is that what it's called?
Yeah, Mobius is Owen Wilson.
Mobius is own. I keep getting the two confused.
No,
They're
I
very
know.
similar.
I did too.
Morbius, the character himself is. I don't know if he's a hero. I don't think he's a hero. I think he's like
I know
I
nothing
don't know
about him.
too much about it.
Anti-hero.
I could care less.
but he himself is a vampire.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's part of the MCU. I think it's like Venom, where it's like a Marvel movie, but it's not connected in any way to the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Not a big Jared Leto fan anyway. He's a
that
weirdo.
Guy's freaking crazy. He's literally a cultist. Have we talked about that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're the ones who told you.
I looked it up. I found the website. He's straight up in like aviators with a long white linen robe, walking in like the middle of Crete with like 1 million people behind him.
Yeah.
And he's also like the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until like Tuesday.
This
Wes
guy
told me about it.
He makes Joaquin Phoenix look like Socrates, like someone normal. And Joaquin Phoenix is a weirdo in real life too.
Socrates.
But Jared Leto is I don't know. They're gonna come after me.
That guy's
come after you, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I found that interesting. I don't think it's going to be a full-on horror movie.
Now you have the Illuminati and the cult of Jared Leto at your doorstep.
Let the Illuminati talk to me. I need to know what's up.
And Kevin Spacey.
Kevin
I don't need to know what's up. The Illuminati.
He's the head, bro.
Yeah, they're synonymous.
All right. WandaVision got 23 nominations at the Emmys.
Why?
23. I didn't dislike it that much.
You put Falcon and the Winter Soldier below WandaVision. That's insane.
No, WandaVision. Loki is my number one.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. WandaVision is my number two, and Falcon is like a distant number three. Falcon. Okay, the villains in Falcon and Winter Soldier are horrible. I mean, just the stupidest villains with the stupidest motivation.
I give you that. We didn't know who the villain was in WandaVision. It kept us waiting.
Honestly. And I mean, Carly Morgenthau, the least threatening villain with the stupidest motivations. The whole Flag Smashers thing was so dumb. It was
it was pretty stupid.
The only thing that salvaged that show was the conversations between Sam and Isaiah.
I liked Walker.
And I love Walker since episode 1 too. I think he's awesome. I
got turned around on Walker. I was a Walker hater, and now I approve.
Yeah, because it felt real. It felt like wow, this guy's really struggling out here. Mentally. He's going through a lot.
I was a huge Battlestar supporter too.
Who's Battlestar?
Battlestar is his like sidekick that got his back broken.
Forgot about him. I didn't even know
I wasn't a Battlestar. Even after he died, I was still bad mouthing.
He was, dude.
I hated Battlestar.
He's a grown man with a deep voice. Who are you, Battlestar?
So useless.
We were talking about him in episode 3. I was
useless.
Who is this guy?
I know he had 0 point.
You have like a super soldier, another super soldier. You have Falcon. And then you just got this random Battlestar guy getting knocked off trains and just sitting on cars. Like, he's like, drive. Like, it's so stupid.
Nah, he was,
So, I found that interesting. WandaVision killing it in the Emmys.
I don't see them winning anything. Nominations are fine, but I don't see it winning anything.
I could see them. I mean, listen, those first few episodes were super creative. I didn't love them, but
creativity-wise, yeah. And then you kind of see what started happening. Like, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
if they do, good for them.
Lead actress in a limited or anthology series, supporting actress, lead actor.
Okay. The acting, I mean, she did kill it with her acting, especially towards the end when she was like crying over Vision and stuff like that. That was good. They did a really good job. And Paul Bettany, I love Paul Bettany.
He's awesome. They might win for limited anthology series. I don't know what the competition looks like for that one.
if it's like, well, maybe not Falcon. Well, no, because Loki officially isn't an anthology.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing, Netflix will be doing games next year. How weird is that?
What?
Yeah, they're gonna start streaming games on their platform.
Yeah. Games, as in
video games.
You could stream video games.
I guess so.
How does that work?
Just like Twitch.
Well, no.
Oh,
no, like you could stream to play.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, stream games to play.
To play.
That's gonna be so laggy.
Yeah, my question was one: what games do you stream?
I don't know. That's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, I feel like if there's the only thing you could really do.
Snake.
Yeah. Through that, I don't know.
Brick Breaker. I don't know.
Legendary BlackBerry game.
Oof.
I got so far in that game. It was disgusting. I spent like an entire summer playing Brick Breaker. I loved
the ball.
it. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I mean, if they're investing money into it enough to the point where they're like comfortable announcing it, I'm sure they have something worked out. I'm curious to see how that's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. You know what I think it is? I think it's that Netflix has so much competition right now for the streaming services that they didn't have before.
Yeah.
Netflix was alone
Yeah.
for a good while,
They
and
have
they're still
to-
leading the pack. But
Yeah, they have to make themselves more relevant.
especially the way Disney's coming up. Maybe
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe Disney was in talks to start doing games because how many video games does Disney have through EA, through Lucasfilms, through all that stuff? Imagine they started streaming them.
Does Disney own Ubisoft?
I don't think they own Ubisoft. I really wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think they own.
Yeah.
Disney.
No, I mean, all these streaming services have to make themselves. I mean, obviously they can differentiate themselves between what shows they have on their service, but I'm sure we're going to see more stuff like that where they try to branch out and do different things to make themselves more appealing.
Yeah.
That'd be cool
And-
though.
Yeah. Speaking of video games, there are a few things guaranteed in life, but death, taxes, and video game movies are trash. Are the three that.
Oh no. Well, Uncharted.
No, The Last of Us. Some information came out. You know they're making a show about it.
Oh yeah, Pedro
Pedro
Pascal, right?
Yep. Dude, $10 million an episode budget. An episode. How insane is that? I don't even know what's
$10 million an episode.
an episode. What streaming
That's just
service is this coming
irresponsible.
We like it. Here, take it. Do something.
on? Oh, you see, it's
That's a
going to be on
lot.
HBO. HBO's got that,
Okay.
that money
Okay.
Yeah, HBO doesn't care. They just throw piles of money at things.
because their things bring in crazy
Yeah.
money. How much
How
content
much?
is
How much money did they give Nolan without even knowing the premise of Tenet?
200 million?
It's like, oh, you want to do a
200 million.
movie? Yeah, sure. Here,
Like,
you
take-
don't have to say anything. Just take it. That's fine.
What other
got it.
director can just be like, I have a
Demand
movie.
money.
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah,
It's going to be good.
just trust me.
I need
200
200
million,
million.
please. Sure, I'll write you a blank check.
Yeah, and a 747. I'm just going to crash it into a warehouse. But I need
Well,
it.
hey, that was being fiscally responsible because it was cheaper to do it that way than doing
Yeah.
CGI.
That was insane.
I love Christopher Nolan so much. We haven't talked about him in a while.
It's kind of under the radar lately.
He's always relevant.
I mean, we kind of did talk Christopher Nolan a lot in
We
the
did,
early
yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, I know, but it's been a while, and I feel like we've been sleeping on him a little bit. We need to bring him up again.
True.
more
We've
often.
also given Star Wars a long break too, because there hasn't been much Star Wars content, but it'll be back. It'll be back.
We're getting our own fill of Star Wars in our
Right now,
off
it's all
weeks.
Marvel.
Yes. You wonder why we every other week. All right, so that's insane. Loki, the last episode had 2.5 million viewers, which is the most out of the 3 series. WandaVision was second with 1.7. So Loki kind of blew it out of the water.
Holy
Damn.
cow.
Yeah, that's what 8 million more, or 0.8 million more. That's wild.
Deservedly
Deservingly
so. Ah.
We'll get to that. More Marvel news. Both Hawkeye and Miss Marvel will be premiering this year.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Well-
Joey, what are your thoughts on Hawkeye?
I have no thoughts. I hear Darrien talking smack about it, and then you guys are like, "No, but he's dope, and I'm like, I'll just wait and see.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be better than Loki. I think Loki's pretty much going to be like the golden
Top
child
tier, yeah.
of the shows that they're putting out. So I'm not expecting it to pass the stuff that we saw in this season. But I am excited for it because I like the character.
we don't even know the premise yet, right?
Well, now we do after Black Widow.
Oh yes. Who is Haley Steinfeld in
Haley
Hawkeye?
Steinfeld. She is Kate Bishop, who is his like sidekick.
Okay.
She's the Hawkeye of the Young Avengers.
Oh. Speaking of theories, wait till we get to Loki. I got a big one. So my question is, with Hawkeye and Miss Marvel both coming out in 2021, do you guys think it's too much? And I know we'll take whatever we can get. I'll take a new show every week, but do you think it's too much? Like, do you think they're starting to sacrifice quality for
Oversaturation?
quantity?
No, I don't think so. Personally, I feel like the way they're doing it, where it's like obviously they don't have the same people working on all these shows. They have different
Yeah.
teams working on different things. And that's why you can see the difference in the shows, because it's different people's like ideas and visions and stuff like that coming to fruition. And you have different characters and stuff like that. I think it's okay. It's just a bunch of different stories. It's like, I don't know. I like it. I think it's all right. I mean, not all of them are going to be smash hitters. We got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier for Darrien, and then Loki, where they're polar opposites in your opinion. But I'm okay with it.
I just feel like they're gonna really pushing the setup for another Avengers.
Yeah. So there is going. Have they confirmed there's another Avengers?
Yes.
Okay. Now, my question is,
we don't know who's going to be in it.
Exactly. Is this going to be like an Avengers versus X-Men? Imagine how sick that would be.
I don't see that happening. Not for the next one. I'm sure there's going to be one. But
I didn't want that. I didn't want it.
Immediately disowns his own theory.
I thought it was stupid. I don't even know why Wylie told it to me. I don't know why I brought it up.
That was a listener question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the next one. I'm positive it's going to happen down the line, because there's way too much content in the comic books where that's like the main thing for it not to be made into a movie. I don't know what this one is, because now we have the Eternals, we have like Miss Marvel, we have like all these new characters that are going to be popping up.
A new Black Panther,
Shang-Chi, new Black Panther, all that stuff. So I don't know what even the overarching like villain is going to be for this next phase, because before we had Thanos and we knew that it was going to end with
Let's
Thanos.
talk Loki first, and then we'll
Oh, that's true.
Let's talk Loki first, and we'll get into it.
Okay. Yeah, you know what, I forgot about that. Fair enough. Okay.
Real quick, listen to the content that Marvel has. I'm not even going to go through what we've had in the first half of the year.
Before you get too far into that, what's the next show?
That's what I was going to say. Let's see. Okay. So we have Loki. The next show is What If.
It is
you're
What
right.
If.
You're right.
Comes out on August 11th.
Oh, so they're taking a break. That's what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so August 11th, that's the next piece of content coming out is What If. Then we have Shang-Chi. And then we have Eternals in November. And then Spider-Man in December. And somewhere in between those, Hawkeye and Miss Marvel are coming out.
You know, it sounds like a lot, but I mean, we're coming up on the end of the year already. It's already almost August.
I know. So this is gonna be back to back. We're gonna be like,
it's gonna be packed.
I'm so excited. You know why? Because nothing was released last year. That's why I knew this year was gonna be.
It's all built up. Yeah.
Man.
Well, Black Widow was supposed to come out like right before the pandemic hit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Fast and Furious 9 was too, and Mission Impossible.
We don't talk.
That's why
had the episode of Fast and Furious. We're not talking about that.
The excitement for Black Widow died real quick because they just lingered on.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Yeah, no one was really.
It's not their fault.
Hyped for Black Widow anyway. It was kind of like.
I saw it on a Sunday, like when I had nothing else to watch.
Red Guardian did it for me.
Oh God, Hopper! I love Hopper. I love him in anything.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get to Black Widow in a second. Okay. I got a few more pieces here.
Go ahead.
So The Rock made some new comments about the next Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, what? I thought you were going to talk about
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Oh, well, also Black Adam finished filming. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They wrapped filming.
What?
Yeah. Another piece of movie news.
Didn't they just start?
Yeah, and the set looks amazing in the picture he posted.
Holy cow.
Black Adam.
That's insane.
The Rock was like, "This suit is the best, top tier." It's like, yeah, of course, you didn't have to like bulk up your body. Your body's already built. Like,
it's just like a morph suit. He's just wearing
some tights.
Seeing him in the suit, I was like, oh my goodness, this guy is a real.
The thing is,
superhero.
we haven't even seen the full suit yet, so.
Black Adam, as a reminder for our listeners, is not Marvel. It's DC. Yeah. He's Shazam's arch nemesis. Yep. Yeah. Because we were just talking about Marvel and then we switched, so just so there's no confusion.
Really?
Oh wow, yeah.
guy looks like a superhero, dude, in
Yeah.
a suit.
Darren is showing us a picture of Mr. Johnson in the suit on the set.
It's just the
Oh,
bag.
Look how
the
small these
movie.
people are right here.
Oh, you're
this
not
thing
lying.
is-
Where are
I
there
didn't even
people?
notice that.
There are people there?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, on the right side of the picture.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I
Look
didn't
at
even
that.
notice that.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, he is like 7'12".
No. He's tall. Not that tall.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, basically what happened with I mean I'll catch everyone up on the beef between him and Vin Diesel, but after Fast 6, I believe it was, they got into a huge fight, very public. Neither one of them said it was the other. It was kind of like subtweeting, kind of stuff like that.
Mhm.
But The Rock was basically like, I'm never doing another Fast and Furious. Recently,
He said that?
Yeah, he said it like that. That's why they got the spin-off of Hobbs and Shaw, because he brings in mad money.
Wow, okay.
Vin Diesel recently said that The Rock is like family, as Vin Diesel very often says.
Oh.
He said he's like an uncle
So
to
they
his kids.
squash
He
the
comes
beef?
over the house. Exactly. He was like, they squashed the beef. I was just hard on people because I wanted, the right scenes, the right acting. The Rock has responded to this. And when the quote was read,
Shut up.
He's like, you're such a liar. Fake
He
news.
said-
Loser.
The Rock said, I laughed and I laughed hard. Let me see. I laughed hard.
It would have been nicer if he said shut up.
Johnson thinks everyone had a laugh at that, and he'll leave it at that. I wish them well on Fast 9, and I wish them the best of luck on Fast 10 and Fast 11 and the rest of the movies, but they'll be without me. So
I thought they were stopping at 10.
apparently it's 2 more.
No!
Apparently it's 2 more, and that's the end of it.
Oh my god, when they get to 11, they're going to be like, you know what? No, let's just round it up to 20. Why
Yeah.
not?
Nah,
We'll-
at
we'll
12,
fight
Dom
dinosaurs.
goes so fast. He becomes energy flowing through time, coming back, becoming the very first spark of nitrous that he uses in the first movie.
He's the super baby in 2001. He just goes back in time.
He's family.
Those memes are hilarious.
Oh my god.
I'm not tired of them still.
The Familia ones?
Yeah.
Nothing stronger than Familia.
He's like, I am Thanos. And he's like, I have family. He just stops.
Oh,
Dude is on so much testosterone, bro. His voice sounds like 2 planets gliding against each other. Every movie, it's just,
I hate how he talks in the movies.
shit.
I know.
He just
Like, I can't believe that.
He's, "Hey, what you doing, son? You ready to
He's
say
just floating
grace?"
in the water. You ready to say grace? Like, Dom, he's an embryo. He's still in the stomach. It doesn't matter. Family is family.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right, and the last piece of movie news that I have is the reviews. The early reviews came out for Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
They're doing the press tour already. They were on Jimmy Kimmel last night. All this stuff. So the press tour is out. I'm gonna read you a few of them. Cinemablend.com. The Suicide Squad is totally insane and insanely cool. Next one. The Suicide Squad is absolutely insane. The Suicide Squad is gloriously insane and so fun. After watching it, you'll think you might have dreamed it. Easily the most fun I've had with any studio release this summer. Suicide Squad is fantastic. Epic all-out war movie that demands to be seen on the big screen.
I feel like James Gunn just like ate a bunch of shrooms and then dropped some acid and then did some what was that
yeah.
like crazy drug that makes you trip out and go to a different
THC?
dimension?
And then dimethyltryptamine.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just hired some people to take the trip with him and they filmed it.
He was like, "What? I need a shark. Do we have a shark? Does he have a shark?"
Get Sylvester Stallone here now.
I need
I
Sylvester
want to hear
Stallone.
now. And he has to raise his hand and point to it and say hand. And we're gonna have John Cena here, and he's gonna be Peacemaker, but he's gonna be super violent. And then Harley
Bro,
Quinn's gonna be
the
there too.
trailer with Peacemaker, I
The
can't.
trailer. We saw the trailer
Oh my
again,
God.
and every
It's
time he goes,
so
he goes, "I want peace, and all I want is peace. I don't care how many men, women, and children I have to kill to get it."
It's so ridiculous.
It makes no sense.
I just can't wait to see Pete Davidson.
That's
I
all
forget
want.
he's in it, dude.
He's
really
like,
do.
Davidson,
I'm next to
Pete
werewolf.
Davidson and Polka Dot Man. What was he, like a weasel?
It's a weasel.
Yeah.
It started freaking out.
That's such a weird thing, man.
That
You know
is
how
some
they got
funny
Polka
stuff.
Dot Man in there, right?
He like Googled the worst
Yeah,
DC villain, right?
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah.
And he got that. And he was like, okay.
Okay, find someone to play this guy.
I find it so funny that they were like, James, take any DC movie you want and direct it.
And he just
Whatever
chose
your
that
vision is
one.
for the movie, take it. And he took Suicide Squad because he knew it would be a lot of fun.
Already have.
I know, but he knew it would be a lot of fun. He knew he could
He's
be
probably
creative
gonna
with it.
redeem it. He's gonna
Yeah,
redeem it
bring
somehow.
vibrance back to that series, recover.
And probably
They're
his
just
style.
gonna retcon the original one, or like actual Suicide Squad, and make this one canon.
I mean, I have no problem with that.
Please
Oh,
do.
Man. What a mess. Okay, well, movie news out of the way. Lot to cover in the last like 8 months that we've been away. Moving on to the last 2 episodes of. Were we doing Loki first? I
No,
assume,
we can do Loki first. That's fine.
Okay, so the last 2 episodes, which included the second to last and the season finale of Loki.
I'm so excited.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
Oh, man. All right, let me go first. We start with the second to last episode.
Second to last is when they went to the planet where he was like everyone.
Pruned.
Yes.
After the prune, yeah, after you get
And then he woke up. He was like,
Now, I like the episode, and I thought it was a good episode. There were some scenes that felt really weird, like the whole
Yes.
fighting scene with all the Lokis.
in their like hideout.
Yeah,
that was just
It was
random.
awkward.
Very random.
Yeah,
Like it was
The music.
unnecessary.
yeah. I mean, when the alligator bit his hand off, he was like,
Yo,
"What?" That had me
I
dying.
lost
That
it.
was
I
funny.
legitimately cried in my car.
Same. That
But
had
it
me
was.
dying.
It,
It was such a high pitched scream.
when you look at Marvel's like choreography, which is phenomenal most of the time, and then you get that, and it was just like,
Really?
what's happening here? Like it felt like it was like a rough cut. Like, okay, this is kind of what we want.
Mhm.
Let's refine it. But they forgot to refine it, and they just left that part there.
Yeah, everyone is fighting, and then Loki's just standing there in the corner, untouched, just very
Yeah.
weird. And then he just escapes in a portal. That to me felt very out of place. It didn't
Yeah.
feel like
It didn't
part
flow.
of the show. Yeah,
It was
it
janky.
was like a speed bump.
I did not like the script at the very end. It felt super corny and so generic.
Was kind of cheesy now that you
When
bring
they
that up.
when they were enchanting Goliath.
Okay.
it was just, I don't think I could do this. You can
Yeah.
do it. How do
Yeah.
you know? Cause we're Lokis. I was like,
Yeah,
come
it felt
on.
very anim-
I was
it
like,
felt
come
like an
on.
anime.
I was like, come on.
That's very
now.
true.
It was Guardians of the Galaxy, like the first one, where they start holding hands
Oh,
and all
yeah.
of a sudden they're like more powerful.
True. You know what? When the episode finished, I was like, "Wow, that was really cool." That ending, and then I
Episode 5?
realized, yeah, and then I was like, nothing. The plot was not advanced whatsoever in that episode.
No.
All that happened was they found Mobius and they got together.
They just
That
introduced
was
different variants of Loki. That's it.
And they
Yeah.
figured out how to get to He Who Remains.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it felt like a filler. when I was done.
Oh no, it absolutely was. That was, and I think that was the only filler.
Nah, episode 3 was a filler. I'll stand by that.
What was episode 3?
Episode 3 was when they were in the very future, the last apocalypse that would take out.
Where they were on the
planet,
train.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I actually dozed off during that episode a little bit.
Because it was a filler. The only
Yeah.
piece of information we got from that episode was that all
TVA,
TVA
yeah.
people were variants.
Yeah,
That's it. Just like with this episode, the only piece of information we got was Goliath was got enchanted and he's hiding something. That was it.
But we got
Uh-huh.
Throg.
Yeah,
for
that
like a half a
stuff.
second.
That's the thing. And you know what I was telling Jace? Because he was like, you know, fillers are in every show. They're necessary. And I'm like, I get it.
Mm.
Lost is a show with 20 episodes a season and there were fillers. But very few episodes felt like fillers. The plot was always moving
informative.
forward, even in the fillers. When it came to that Loki episode with him and her on the train and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, what a wait. There's only 6 episodes and we're wasting it with just
Yeah, I feel you.
If you have an ongoing series that you know you have, like off the bat, you're greenlit for 4 seasons, and you have 10 to 12 episodes per season.
Yep.
Absolutely, I 100% expect a quarter to maybe a third of those to be fillers because it's going to happen. Yeah. When you only have 6 episodes, and Loki was the one show that we got that had, I think every episode was longer than like 35 minutes.
Yeah, no, the episodes were long. They felt awesome. I was very happy.
And I think this is the only one. Most of them, you got maybe 1 or 2 that were like 45 minutes to an hour, and all the other ones were like 22 minutes.
Yep.
When you have shows like that are 22 minutes long, and that's without commercials, it's just 22 minutes straight, and out of a 6-episode season, 2 to 3 of them are filler. That's really frustrating.
Incredibly frustrating.
That's very, very, very frustrating.
And that's why
you already don't have a lot of time, and then the rest of it feels like you're rushing to catch up. Like, well, don't rush. Take your time and just use up all the episodes you have instead of cramming 2 fillers into an already short season with already short episodes.
And that's why I knocked points off of the last Mandalorian season, was because as amazing as that season was, and it was so good, there were, that episode on Tatooine when they were fighting, it's just pure filler, dude.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's lore building. They're finding like companions and stuff like that are probably going to come back, and that we're getting more seasons. So that's something. Stuff like that, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little frustrating, but it's not as frustrating as it is with WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where it's a one-off anthology series, and you're like, okay, I only need, if I want to get all the max information out of this show possible, I can watch 3 of the 6 episodes they put out, because those are the only ones that actually contain valuable information.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's only 6 episodes, and the next season we don't know when it's coming out, so there's not even that kind of consolement.
Yeah. Also,
we didn't even know there was a second season.
Yeah, we're getting a second season, which was revealed at the very end of the very last episode, which is awesome. That's cool. That especially because it was a surprise. All the other ones up until now have been one-offs, and now they're like, "Hey, by the way, season 2 is coming back." Soon.
I love it.
Yeah,
they pulled awesome. Like the Mandalorian kind of thing, like the Book of Boba.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say something.
That was my whole thing with episode 5.
Well,
good episode.
Was it classic Loki? Super strong.
Yeah, there were cool Easter eggs and nods and stuff like that.
That was a dope moment.
And what is it? His Nexus event was the fan theory that that Loki never actually killed by Thanos. It was a hologram.
or
yes, he explained it.
Yeah, and he just hid out on a planet on his own for a while.
Yeah,
that's classic Loki. As classic Loki, that's
I know.
But that's cool though.
I'm glad they showed how strong he could potentially be, which
that was a really
waiting
awesome
for.
Moment.
Yes,
yeah.
There were really cool moments in that episode. By no means any of the episodes of Loki were bad. I loved them all. Like the whole filler thing frustrates me. And I know Wylie, when we discussed it, he didn't think episode 3 was a filler. Some of my cousins didn't think episode 3 was a filler. I get it. I get it.
It was. I want to lean towards more like yes, it was, but I think it definitely had a lot of filler moments. There wasn't. It was like a lot of stuff that very easily could have been cut.
The whole train. The train was like a full 20 minutes.
Love and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we go back to the TVA? Let's see what's going back on with Mobius and all them up there. What's going on B20 or whatever her name is. I want to see what's popping up there with the timekeepers and stuff like that. And then episode 5, you spend the whole time here, and at the end of the episode, you feel just kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah. Now we have to wait till next week to get what I thought was going to happen in this episode. I thought, maybe halfway through the episode they introduce the villain, or they get to that place, and the end of the episode is him in the elevator. So then the next episode, we don't have to spend the first 10 minutes of them talking to Miss Time or whatever.
Miss Minutes.
Yeah, and you have more.
Speaking of that, that's the next episode, the last episode.
Yeah, episode 6, season finale. I loved it, dude. I was so happy
for an episode that had little action. I absolutely loved it.
Well, as a show in general, it didn't have too much action.
True, that is also true.
It wasn't very. There were moments, obviously, but it wasn't very. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was mostly fighting and stuff like that,
and it was good. I liked the fight in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
But this one was mostly like
just explanation,
setup,
it was
and
literally explanation.
Yeah.
And the only reason it was so good was because of John Majors, and it was just
Dude,
I
Jonathan
loved
Majors.
I love
That's-
his acting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no,
we
was,
are gonna get into spoilers for the season finale because some people still haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it,
Well, if you haven't seen it, then for real, yeah.
honestly,
Get to it.
the whole point of these shows is to watch weekly with the community and
Mhm.
discuss together. That's why they do it weekly. If they didn't want that, they throw it out and let you binge
on
it
a Tuesday.
and let you watch it. That's whack.
And if you're paying for
Every week
Disney
we get together and
Plus,
discuss it.
watch it.
Thank you. Jonathan Majors killed it. I cannot
Dude,
wait to see him
I
more.
loved it. His acting
Oh
is
my
awesome.
goodness.
When he like jumped up on his desk and he was like standing up on his chair because she went to stab him. It was just his ability to switch between insanity and perfect like mental clarity was phenomenal. I loved it. I'm so excited for
He's like getting
Ant-Man
serious and then
to see him again.
Sylvie's
So-
like this, and then she goes, "Oh, shut up!" I was like, "Yes, yes."
Dude, I watched this one with my cousins. We were all at Jossie's house when we were watching it. Shout out Jim. Yeah. Shout out Jimmy and Michelle, loyal listeners that listen to it in the car. Shout out you guys. I love you guys. We were watching it live, and at the scene when he's explaining everything and he's showing you what he went through on the little hologram thing, explaining it all. After all of that, and I'm like, holy crap, dude, this is intense. After all of that, she goes, "He's still lying," and I'm like,
Yeah, so
I
was
start
I.
yelling.
So was I.
I'm like, grow up. How is he lying? I was screaming, grow up. And right while I'm screaming that, Kang goes, grow up, Sylvie. And I was like, yes. Tell her.
Murderer, hypocrite.
She's,
So
I mean,
satisfying.
she was so dumb. She pulled a Star-Lord with Thanos times 1,000 in this episode.
Yes, 100% agree with that.
Just when you watch
Fair enough.
Infinity War and you see him mess up with that gauntlet,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my goodness. And this was so much worse. I'm like, everything he just said to you, you don't realize the magnitude of what is going on right now with the
That's
multiverse.
a lot bigger than the fact that you had your childhood taken away.
Exactly.
It's the universe and time.
Like he
itself.
said, like Loki was like, "What was the point of all of this if it was already written?" Sorry, and he was like, "For the growth, for the character development." And Loki was that character development. You saw how like calm and collected he was. Like, okay, we got to think about it. But Sylvie, I just wanted to.
And then they had that whole like sword fight scene, and then he just stopped and was like, "Okay, you need to calm down and just listen. Like, please just stop."
Seriously.
It was good
Because she was like,
liked it,
she was like, you took my childhood away. And he's like, this isn't about you. There's a million Sylvies out there.
Infinite.
Stop thinking about your own struggles and just think about how massive this job is. You have to pluck emotion out of it.
The greater good of time and the universe, the space-time continuum.
Kang did nothing wrong. He wasn't the villain. The next Kang we get, the variants will be the villains.
Yeah.
Well, we'll call him Immortus because technically that's who he was.
Immortus?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
it wasn't Kang in this, right?
he was He Who Remains, aka and / Immortus.
Immortus.
That was the variant. So in the comics, Immortus is the timekeepers, legitimate timekeepers, kind of like take him as, to take their place. But in the show, obviously, he's
in the comics, the timekeepers are real?
Yeah.
They're not androids or
No,
anything?
no, they're real.
Oh.
That's why I love the MCU, because they'll take ideas from the comics, but by no means are they following it.
They're like,
To the
yeah,
T.
you see, psych.
And you're done.
We're gonna cut his head off.
Exactly.
And John did the voices for the timekeepers.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Even
yeah,
though he
was the
needed
voice of
subtitles
the
for it.
Yeah.
Two of them
my
were like,
God, okay.
that wasn't me, right?
No.
Nah,
I hate subtitles.
I
when
always
I'm
use
watching
them.
things.
I always
I can't stand them. But I literally had to pause, rewind, and turn them on. And I looked at my wife. I was like, I can't understand anything these guys are saying.
It's the
And this is
mustache.
important stuff. This is really important. And I can't understand.
it sounded like Gary Busey was voicing one of I'm one of the timekeepers.
You're one of Time Lord.
Yeah.
Nixon from Futurama.
So there was a few open ends that they left. One of them being Renslayer walking through the portal and being like,
Yes.
what did she say? She said something corny. She was like, I'm looking for
free will. I'm in search for actual
Free
free
will.
will. Yeah,
Okay.
So she pulled a white vision.
she did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What
Exactly.
happened to White Vision? I just
Exactly.
remembered that.
That brother's out there somewhere.
Well,
Renslayer was kind of
that's- I
annoying
mean,
though.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of her. She was
Super
frustrating.
annoying.
She was like very culty, dude.
Yeah, she was. She was so blinded by what her reality, and she didn't want to break it because I don't know.
Yeah, she saw
Culty, I
everything
love
was
that.
she saw everything was fake and it was all a fraud, and yet she still was like, we need to keep this up. It's for the
She was
greater
just
good.
comfortable. Yeah.
I'm like, what, dude? You just saw this is all fake. It's
But-
like,
On the bright side, confirm season 2, so we know that they're gonna go into that for season 2
now, my question is, when do you think season 2 is going to come out?
late next year.
You think?
I'm thinking around the same time next year, July, August.
Because I'm trying to think in terms of the movies, because this clearly had an impact on Phase 4.
Oh my god, this has an impact on all of Marvel. Period.
This introduced the new villain for. I think he's going to be the villain for Phase 4.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
100%, without a doubt.
I forgot about that, and then you guys are like, well, like, yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
we have a time traveling.
Yeah.
Big
My
boss.
No,
question-
that's this is easily one of the most influential pieces of like Marvel content ever.
Yeah.
Everything is canon.
Yeah.
So my question was, when Endgame finished, I was like, dude, Thanos was this insane, massive threat to the universe. How do you one
How
up?
do you top that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I
you
mean,
have time
do you-
involved.
I was like, do you just go straight to Galactus, or is there an in between? Because I think eventually they'll get to Galactus, but I was like,
Galactus is like Fantastic Four. He's like a Fantastic Four villain. He's not as much of like a Marvel in its entirety villain.
okay, well that's why I was like, okay, I don't think they'll go Galactus.
Yeah.
Who's Phase 4? And then you think, wow, okay, this is someone who
That's a good pick.
was looking at that Thanos and then seeing the infinite other Thanos that were going
That's
on.
cute. You should have
Like-
seen all the other times you failed. That was
Yeah.
adorable.
That to me is so crazy. Like,
Nah.
what a threat this guy poses to the multiverse now.
That's why I love stuff. Anything with time travel, multiverses. It's just so cool because
Oh,
you
yeah,
see like
multiverse.
there's always someone who's like overseeing it, and that person. How do you beat that?
Well, now it's Sylvie.
Exactly. My question was, how do you
Logically-
beat Thanos? And it was amazing the way
Well,
they
Thanos
did.
is flesh and blood. He's like a, and I know this guy technically is too, but it's on a different level when you're dealing with someone who knows what's going to happen. Thanos didn't know what was going to. He can reverse it and stuff like that with the gauntlet and everything, but this dude literally knew everything that was going to happen one step before. And then that moment where there was a flash, and he was like, "Huh, yeah, we just crossed the threshold. I don't know
I know
anymore."
it's-
Do you want to talk about that theory, D? Go
Yes.
ahead.
Yes. So there's a theory that if you line up, and tell me, Joe, if this is the one you're thinking of.
Yep, I know.
Is this your theory or like a general fan?
No, no,
theory?
no. This is a theory we found online.
people figured it out.
I have let me be very clear, guys. I have no theories in Marvel that are my own. Everything I say is from other people.
It's
It's
influenced.
from the internet.
yeah.
influenced.
Star Wars, I will have some of my
Oh,
own and
heck
some
yeah.
from others, you
Yeah.
know. But Marvel is all from others. So if you start the season finale of WandaVision and the season finale of Loki at the same time, when Kang is sitting there and he's like looking around all quiet, in
hear the
WandaVision,
rupture.
at that moment, what's happening? Joey, what was happening at that moment? Was that when?
So at the moment where Immortus like stops and you hear the rupture
Yep.
in the background,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same time when Wanda finally like discovers that she's the Scarlet Witch or whatever, and she like explodes with power.
Yep.
And she gets her suit.
Like down to like the minute.
Yeah, down. Yeah.
That's
Like,
happening with WandaVision
The
when
explosions
he's
are
sitting
lined
there.
up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I don't think
So-
that's a coincidence. I
so-
really don't.
I don't know. That's
saying
tough
that-
to.
That Wanda is a Nexus being. You know, she's not someone that can be calculated on the timeline.
Oh my god, I could totally see that.
Since what is it? Since
Yeah.
Agatha was like, you're a myth. You're not supposed to exist. and so they're guessing that
No,
Immortus couldn't
what?
like figured it out, and that's
Yeah.
why like this whole thing happened because of her or whatever.
I have absolutely zero doubts that Wanda is a walking Nexus event. Everywhere she goes, she probably creates another Nexus
And
event.
then
That's just
That's why when she was looking for her kids, that's when the timeline, the multiverse started, and that's why she could hear her kids.
She can walk through universes.
Mhm.
Technically
Comics.
speaking, because magic, Doctor Strange. as
She's
well.
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
That too.
she manipulates reality.
Dude,
Literally.
I mean, it's insane. Like, where do you go from here? So now we have. My question is,
Yeah, now,
And then we go to Hawkeye.
yeah, I mean, get him out of here, bro. We have a universe, and
my
you're
God,
shooting arrows.
I
Get out
love
of here,
it.
dude.
I love it so much.
My question is,
Okay.
well, I have a few questions. One,
Let's go.
is this what made the Eternals come out of hiding?
Oh.
That is a
Because
good
we
question.
still don't know
I
the
feel
plot.
like that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
Something
that would make sense.
big has to happen. If they didn't get involved with Thanos, this is something that would probably get them
She was
together.
like, it's just my cousin, leave him be.
Yeah.
Now, the Eternals are in one universe, or are they outside of time as well?
No, I don't think they're outside of time. There's probably one of them in each, or like a group.
They're
of
all in
Eternals.
this on Earth in the movie.
No, I'm just saying, like if we're 616, which I believe is the prime Marvel universe, 616, right?
I would assume they're in the same Marvel universe.
That rings a
I
bell.
I think it's 616.
Earth was 616. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I think
sure
that's
that's
like
not-
the prime
that's not-
timeline.
That's not Stitch.
That's 626.
626. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. I
616.
Stitch is my favorite Disney like character, so I know. And then I think like Earth like 654 or whatever also has an Eternals and stuff like. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know much about the Eternals, but I think that's the case.
I don't think they're gonna like confuse people with that. I think they're gonna.
That's
all
too
gonna be on the
much.
same Earth.
That's a lot. Yeah, but I think everything in the movie is going to be happening
Yeah.
in the same world. I mean, that's the thing now, though.
I mean,
Any
they literally said
movie-
who's gonna lead the Avengers. They made the joke.
Yeah,
That's
who's
exciting.
going to be the
man.
next Captain America? Well, I could do it.
Yeah, that's
So now that we have multiverse, let's talk about Spider-Man. Come on.
that was my second question. Because it ties in Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is titled The Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, when Immortus was speaking in the season finale of Loki, he said something like, now the multiverse is broken. He said like you've released the multiverse of madness and there's no way home. That's the title of Spider-Man, and
He said that.
Did
He
he
said
say
those
that?
words. I feel like that would
it could have
have.
just been like a fake clip.
I thought he said
me
you
see.
brought back the multiversal war or something like that, and now they
Yeah.
enjoy like the other me's. I don't remember him saying that.
I feel like that's a little on the nose.
He said enjoy the multiverse of madness, and there's no way home. He's
With
just
Stephen
emphasizing it.
Strange, and there's no way home. with
emphasizing
Peter
it.
Parker. Like that guy who works at AMC who tells you like the
Directed
name
by
of
Peyton Reed.
He was that specific.
Yeah, now that you guys bring that up, it could be that was fake. It was just a screenshot with the subtitles on. They could have just put them in.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little on the nose for Marvel.
Also, I feel like I would have caught that hearing it live.
yeah.
So
Like, hey, I recognize those words.
Right? It's like the Winter Soldier is going through a civil war over Ragnarok. You're like, oh my God.
Oh my god. Trigger words.
We didn't get Mobius on a jet ski.
Nope.
Kind of depressing. I kind of wanted that.
Oh, speaking of which, Loki ended up in Kang's universe.
Oh, that was my question. So,
Wait, no, I think that they just rewrote the timeline.
yeah, I thought
No?
it was just reality is different now.
If you saw his statue, he's wearing Kang's armor. So Kang's armor is the legit like metal collar
Yeah.
with the line and the robes.
Uh-huh.
So he's in legit Kang the Conqueror's timeline now.
Because this wasn't
be-
Kang, this was Immortus.
I
Now
know.
he's in.
But now that Immortus is dead, Kang filled the void because he's like the be all end all.
Yeah, I thought
So there's
reality
going to be a
itself was
Kang.
changed.
Anybody can
Yeah.
fill the void. He literally could be on any timeline.
Yeah,
But we all know
it's
which
going to
specific
be
time.
Kang
Yeah, we all know
because Kang
who
is
specifically. Yeah.
King is always the one who's going to be at the top because he is the one, and that's what he was saying. Like, all of me were fighting because all of me were the ones who made it to that point, who were smart enough and strong enough and
the Citadel of
the guts to do it. Yeah. So I just saw it as like, okay, now this specific Kang is just more like blatant about it. He's not hiding behind timekeepers or whatever the lizard dudes were called.
So are you saying that Loki is in this multiverse and like Spider-Man and all of them are in this one?
Well,
So
the
they're in two different universes now?
TVA is out of time. It's not in any specific.
That's why I thought reality itself had changed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because the TVA, there's not multiple of them, right?
But the thing is, the TVA,
there's one TVA for everything.
The TVA was made at some point in time.
Yeah,
out of time, not in time. It's separate from time.
But at what point? In time. Out of time.
It doesn't exist in the timeline. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you got
time is here.
I'm trying to confuse Kyler.
No, we're gonna explain this to you
because I'm on point with time.
He's like, no, I'm there, Joey.
No, because time is linear.
Yes.
In pretty much everything.
Not anymore.
And well, it's still linear. It's just there's just a lot of lines now.
Just being a jerk.
Yeah. So it was just placed outside of time. So now it always exists. It doesn't matter if time is a circle and it's a loop. The TV is in the middle. It's outside of it, so it can insert itself anywhere.
In the last episode, you visually saw the timelines,
which was the coolest,
amazing.
Just ever. The fact that when you branched out,
then it looked like lightning with all the different like branches, and the branches turned into other branches and stuff. It was amazing. I love
So Kang is from the 31st century, and he is a descendant, which I found this insane, of Reed Richards.
I did read that somewhere.
His name is Nathaniel Richards. Smart.
That's Kang's real name?
Yeah, Nathaniel Richards.
Wow, that is sick.
Is it? I didn't know that.
They maintain the name Richards throughout 1,000 years. That's kind of wild.
No one married off.
Yeah, at no point did they not have a man or something.
There is a version of him, a younger version, who knows that he's gonna become evil, or like there's a variant, he's whatever, etc. Goes back in time, becomes Iron Lad.
What? That seems like running out of ideas for a comic.
And he helps start the new Avengers.
Okay. Back to this Kang though. Correct me if I'm wrong here. In the 31st century,
he's dumb strong. Kang the Conqueror is dumb strong.
This one Kang, or whatever his name really is.
Immortus.
I think it's Kang. This one finds a way to contact other multiverses. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, there was that time of peace, but then the war started, and one Kang rose above all, which
because you
was
got
Immortus.
Evil Kangs who wanted power.
Or more, that makes total sense.
More places to conquer. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So one rose above all and ended everything by combining the timelines somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know how he did that.
The scientist, we'll say Immortus, him, whatever. We'll just call him Immortus. He found Alioth, the beast.
Yes, that's how
he harnessed Alioth and used him to kill everybody else, and then made the timeline.
Pruned him pretty much.
Yeah. And then took himself out of the sacred timeline, made the TVA. But I would love to see how that happens. How do you take yourself? Where do you go when you come out of the timeline? You just floating?
He has to be ridiculously intelligent.
Seriously.
Yeah. In that point, I mean, the technology and stuff like that, plus his intelligence, you're probably able to create matter on your own, so you can just create that universe outside of time or whatever it is.
I find that so cool. Just thinking about possibly one day
my brain hurts.
Getting more information.
I love it. I love stuff like this. It's so much fun.
The new Avengers versus an infinite amount of Kangs.
The Avengers lose every time. That's
my question.
Infinite Kangs? Are you kidding me? They can barely fight one in the comics.
How does this end? Like what?
They would have to take over the timeline. Literally, somebody would have to just take over the timeline and do what Kang was doing before.
Beat Sylvie.
Yeah.
Kill Kang and then take over. And
if you think about this,
what if over 1 million years anyone can go insane, can become evil or whatever, and then now they're like a dictator of the timeline or whatever.
She's crazy.
It's just so awesome. I love it.
If you think about it, they had this plan since Endgame, because when the chosen one or whatever, the bald white lady that works with Doctor Strange, when she was explaining to Hulk the time,
bald white lady.
I forget her name. It's like something Teddington.
Yeah,
Sylvia something. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So
when she's explaining to Hulk, she's like, when you take a stone out, it causes this branch, and then it shows the branch timeline, and then it shows the branch timeline. And I'm like, they've had these branch timelines planned since Endgame. Like, they knew.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they were showing us back then. And I'm like, oh, we would have never thought.
That's the amazing thing. Yeah. That's the amazing thing about Fahey. He has all these things planned. I'm sure he already has phases 5, 6, and 7, like at least workshopped. Whereas DC is just like they can't even get their like traction down with Aquaman and Superman and Justice League and Wonder Woman. It's just a mess.
It's a rough year for DC. They're watching Marvel flourish month after month.
Yeah.
And you're just betting on Suicide Squad for an entire year. Like
that's already been done.
Yeah, this
is their second go around.
Imagine they're like, Marvel's like, we're just gonna try Iron Man again.
They re-released Justice League, and now they're making a second Suicide Squad.
It's rough.
It's so sad.
It's a rough time for DC fans.
Why don't they just listen to the people? Give us Man of Steel. That's all we care about. Just give us one Man of Steel movie. That's it. We don't care about anything else. Give us Man of Steel versus Black Adam. I'll take it.
No one in the industry has the power that Kevin Feige has thanks to Disney. They were like, you are the head. You need to have all these people answer to you, and your creative vision we need to streamline through. All these people are going to come up to you.
And then when you have a Goliath like Disney behind you,
yes,
saying, hey, take $1 billion, come up with a few projects, get back to us. We'll probably greenlight it, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. We trust you.
I mean, through Kevin Feige, they have, I think it's 3 out of the top 5 grossing movies of all time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can't say no to this guy.
No.
And the thing I think is cool is that in phases 1 and 2 of Marvel, it felt very studio-esque. Phase 2 ended with, was it the first Spider-Man?
That was the end of phase 2? So that's after Civil War then?
Might be phase 3. It might have ended with Civil War. I mean, Winter Soldier. I don't really remember. But phases 1 and 2 felt very like studio-esque, like it was their vision.
Mm-hmm.
In phase 3, I think, and then especially now, you're seeing them be like, all right, we're going to let you direct this show and do your own artistic vision with it. These are the things we want at the end of the show. And WandaVision did exactly that.
Everything has its own flavor.
Loki. Yeah. I mean, look at how crazy these 3 different shows are, Mm-hmm. I think it's only going to get better from here. That's why we have Sam Raimi directing Doctor Strange and, Peyton Reed going back, or what's his name? Not Peyton Reed. This dude doing Spider-Man, I forget. He's done the first 2. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I remember. Yeah. But that's cool too, because then you get different things out of it. It's not like watching the same thing over and over and over again with different superheroes. You get totally different concepts because different people are like, okay, I know this character, but I want to do this with them, and I want to do it in this way. Is that cool? And they're like, yeah, sure. Just make sure that this person is in it at least for however many seconds or something like that. You drop that name in some scene, and we need this to be the end credit scene, and then everything else is up to you.
That's what I'm saying. They give them the blueprint. They're like, all right, we need her to become the Scarlet Witch. We need to introduce Agatha. We need Vision, and then the main goal of the show is to show how a woman is dealing with the loss that she's faced in her life. Have some fun.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so amazing.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. I love it. Okay.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Mine? Spider-Main?
Who said that? Was that Darrien?
That was me.
Spider-Man.
How do you say multiple Spider-Man?
I have one more question on Loki before we move on.
Go ahead.
Okay,
what do you guys think about the Sylvie Loki kiss?
Is it incest?
No,
I don't know.
It's yourself.
Okay.
I don't think it's incest, but I think it's weird as heck. We were watching it together, and everyone was cheering.
I don't know if
like,
that's
kiss, and I was like, no, what? No.
No,
they kissed, and I was like,
weird.
oh, it's so.
But I mean, if you met a version of yourself that was a female, and you'd get along with yourself,
I don't know if I would. I beg to differ.
I'm
surprised you guys talk to me. I'm pretty unbearable sometimes.
Yeah, you guys should have seen Kyler last week. He texts us and he's like, all right, do you guys want to go to Boston this month? And I'm like, you mean this month? So he texts back and he goes, same message, but he goes, do you guys want to go to Boston? All caps, this month? And I'm like, I'm just asking because Wylie's not here. I'm not there. Why would you ask us if we want to go this month? Very calmly, too. I'm like, just think about it for a second. He's like, I answered the question in my first text. I'm like, okay. It's kind of dumb.
Well,
but
you're really just leading into the story. You're giving the whole thing out.
I got it. And then he goes,
he's going to release the text messages next on Twitter.
I know. Just put it on the screen, dude.
He goes, oh, no, it was for next month. He goes, I apologize. But that's fine.
And what did I say? I said, I accept any and all criticism. And I was trying to write it as quickly as possible, and you still beat me.
We didn't criticize you.
It happens.
It does happen.
Anyway,
Tyler put the pistol back on safety. He put it back.
Yeah. He's like, this month. Read the text.
What was the question? Oh yeah,
how did
Sylvie.
you feel about the kiss?
Yeah, I don't. I liked their relationship, but then every few seconds I'm like, oh yeah, that's cute and everything. I'm like, but they're each other. So
yeah.
No, I don't think
if
that's
you don't
okay.
think too hard about it as them two as Lokis, you're like, dude, finally. They finally kissed. But when you think about them being two Lokis, you're like, it's definitely weird.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's from different universes, so they're. Yeah. I mean, it's
not
totally,
technically
it's
not
not
the
like
same people. Yeah.
Yeah, but and the whole series, I was thinking, I was like, are they starting a relate, or are they just becoming like really good friends? I couldn't tell. Just confirmed it. Yeah. If they have a kid, does that?
I don't think it's
that's what I was.
now.
That's what I was thinking because they're from two different times. How does that work?
Maybe it's just our Earth that is all screwed up. Like
after Harambe died, man.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know.
That's where we veered off.
Sweet home Alabama. I don't really know what's gonna go on there. Does the kid end up, chromosome?
Okay, no. Anyways, that explains Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the last thing on the docket would be Black Widow.
Yes, we saw Black Widow. Okay. All of us.
Indeed.
So, real quick, no words, just number 1 through 10. Joey.
I want to hear Darren first. Go ahead.
Nope. Joey first.
I want to hear
asking you. No,
go ahead, Joey. Go ahead.
You're the host. Okay, I gotta answer.
I know. Yeah.
I already put my rating in IMDb.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. I waited the 2-day grace period and then I put it in.
Shoot.
5.
Can I find that? 5. Wow. Okay.
Wow. All right. I gave it a 6.
Good on you. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I give it a? No. I gave it a 7. I'm sorry, not a 6.
Really?
6 is low. Yeah. I wanted to give it 6.5, but I don't do halves. 7.
So why did you round up? I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't round down.
Because
technically the rule is if it's 5, you get to round up.
No. I look at my rubric. 10 is my favorite movies of all time. Doesn't mean they're perfect. It's just my favorite.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. 9s are flawless movies, like just amazing, phenomenal that I love, but they don't really reach my 10.
Does Arrival land in there?
Arrival's a 9.
Okay.
Or yeah, I think Arrival's a 9. Interstellar and Godfather are like my 10s, that kind of thing. 8s are I love the movie. Whose hand is that? My bad. 8s are I enjoyed the movie. It was phenomenal. I would recommend it to people. Really good. I had a few problems with it. 7s is when I'm like, it was good. I had plenty of problems with it, but it wasn't a bad movie by any means. But I do have problems with it, and I would still recommend it to people. 6s is when I'm like, no, I didn't enjoy the movie. The problems were overwhelming, and I wouldn't recommend people watch this. That's why I ended up going with 7. Sorry for the long-winded answer there.
No, that's
explains your point of view. So
yeah. 7 is actually on IMDb. That's the most common rating. I'm looking at it now. I'm actually looking for your.
You're not gonna find my review.
What?
They never approved my reviews. I don't know why.
No, Darren sends him in. We deny it. Sorry.
No, when you send in a review, when you type a review, you have to it says submitted for approval, and I never find them after. What are you laughing at?
I stopped crying.
That was so like defeatist. You're like, oh, you're not gonna find it. They never approve my reviews. I don't know why.
You'd have to follow me. I want to get this app called Letterboxd. It's like a social media for movie
So
reviews.
Kyler, what was your review number?
You said 5, Joey?
Yeah.
5 is rough.
I think I'm in the 6 range. I think I'm right in between
5,
the 2.
6. So
5 is pretty.
we average
rough.
out. We all average out to 6.
Yeah, I mean, it was something to
I think
watch.
6 is more appropriate.
I think
I could see that.
I wouldn't say 7, but
No.
I could see why you said 7. Personally, I wouldn't say so. I think I'm
like
pretty solidly in the 6 range.
A movie I wouldn't watch again. Watching it
5?
once was no, like a 6. Like for me, like it's a movie like I'd watch, but I'm not gonna on my free time just watch it again.
Joey, your portfolio is full of like some of the worst cinema.
That's because
Ever made.
I sacrificed myself for you guys. Okay.
So how many movies in your like book
I don't know.
that passed I would watch it
don't know.
again? Because
Well,
there's so many classics that you've never seen.
Well, classics I haven't seen, but I mean, Interstellar I'd watch time and time again.
Oh, well,
Arrival
yeah.
I'd watch time and time again.
Okay.
You know what I do though when I go to rate the movie, I look at other movies in the category I'm thinking of. So 7, I was looking at them and I was like, does it belong with these 7s? And for me, it does, because when I looked at my 7s, I
Okay,
see
so
movies
that's
that
like when we did the tier list for like Pixar and stuff like that.
Exactly,
Towards the
yeah.
end, where we put like Good Dinosaur. Like, okay, it's not as good as this. It's better than this, so it'll go here.
yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
7 is my most popular movie category anyway. A lot of them fall in the 7 category because
So
it's
7
like,
is like your average movie.
exactly nothing special, not terrible,
Mhm.
enjoyed it, would watch again, but not soon. That kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I'm not looking forward to like, I'm not dying to go back to the movies and watch it and pay
Exactly.
again. Okay.
I was
Yeah,
like, I don't
see
think
that.
it belongs in like the 6 category. When I look at 7s, I see movies like let me see here. Like Fight Club, for example. The Usual Suspects, Memento, Bohemian Rhapsody. Movies that I enjoyed them,
Mm-hmm.
not ground shattering, would watch again.
Mm.
Like Fight Club was super hyped up, and then I saw it and I was like, it's okay. Very different style movie.
When you know a lot of this stuff, I think that's one of those like Darth Vader reveal moments
True.
where it's like, okay, I know it's coming,
True.
so it's not going to hit the same way. That's like
That is true.
watching Split and seeing Bruce Willis at the end and being like, oh my God, you'll never get that after the first time or after someone tells you about it.
I remember that in the
Yeah.
theater. I remember the Split reveal.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't understand
Well, you
it.
guys, I didn't see Unbreakable yet. I
That
remember
was
you
so
guys
disappointing.
exploded.
Yeah.
And you were like,
Um,
do you get? And I was like, well,
He's
it's Bruce
dead?
Willis. I was like, it's
Is
Bruce
he dead
Willis,
the
bro.
whole time? I was like, no, it's not the Sixth Sense. What is wrong with you?
I was like, wow, Bruce Willis. you guys are flipping out. I'm like, he's like a B-list actor now. Just calm down. They were like, no, you don't get it. I was like,
Oh man. But yeah, I think stuff like that. Once that like holy crap moment is like past,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, that moment made the movie. Once you see it coming or you know it's going to happen or something like that, it's like, eh. So a lot of those movies have that sort of thing.
And the majority of Marvel movies fall in the 7 category for me. Like when
Yeah.
you think of Captain America, the first one, nothing special.
No, I'm not a big fan of that one.
No.
I mean, again,
nothing
if it's
special.
on, I'll be like, okay. Unless I have something that I'm like, no, I want to watch this at this time.
Yeah.
But if it's on and I had nothing else, I'm like, okay, sure, I'll watch that.
Winter
like-
Soldier's like in my 8.5, I'd end up rounding down to 8, and then Civil War being a 9.
Winter Soldier, Civil War,
Civil
just,
War is a
like,
9, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mhm.
Infinity War, Endgame, stuff like that.
Back to Black or Widow, whatever.
Yeah.
We're off track.
Okay, yeah. So, well, we gave our general ratings. What did
Go through your
no.
notes, D, because D got the notes. Who's typing notes down?
Yeah, I don't write notes on movies. So go ahead.
Halfway through the movie, Joey goes, "Are you taking notes?" I'm like, yes.
Oh, you took it in the theater?
Yes. There's
I'm gonna bring a notepad
there's
next
like a
time.
scene,
Oh my
and I see
goodness.
Darren go.
I did.
I want to look over in the theater, in the movie theater, opening night, and see you with like one of those like reading book lights that like clips your books and a notepad and like some reading glasses like halfway down your nose and just like
I'm absolutely gonna start bringing a notepad to movies.
I would love to see that.
First thing I wrote was there was a lot of cringe dialogue in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of dialogue that made me go, oh, come on, really?
Yeah, it was a little like, why are you saying that?
Yeah, like that's
that's weird.
We'll stay kind of spoiler free here because there's plenty of people that still haven't seen it. I thought the jokes when they hit. There was some really funny jokes.
I lost it when what was her sister's name?
Was it Yolanda?
Florence?
Two completely different names.
Yolanda and Florence. That's what we're working with here.
Her real name is Florence, but
I don't remember.
Oh, the actress's name?
Yeah, that's
I'll tell you right now. Her name was Yelena. Oh wow. Okay, so
close.
Joey was pretty close.
Yelena
Belova.
It said Yolanda.
Florence Pugh.
It's Pugh. Florence Pugh. You don't know Florence Pugh?
No, I don't know Florence Pugh. I don't know.
She got a big head, but she's really pretty.
Wait, big head as in physically or like?
Yeah, she got a dome. She got a dome, dude. But she's really pretty. It's weird.
Anyway, when she was like, when they were in that like gas station, and she was like, "What is this thing you do when you land and you flip your head back like this?"
Yeah,
I lost it. I was
like, "What
dying.
is this thing you do when you land like that and you flip? You do like the thing with the camera."
Poser.
Like everyone is looking at
Poser.
you. Poser. And then she did it later.
She's like,
she like, cringed. She physically like full body cringed after. It was hilarious.
That's a dome, bro. That junk is like 30 pounds sitting on those shoulders.
You know, the average human head actually weighs 10 pounds.
That's why I'm saying it's 3 times the size. She had dirt circle paths in her backyard from when she was a kid because she would just always walk around like this.
Bro, what the heck is up with this? They're murdering her on her podcast.
Nah, but she's really pretty. I was like, wow, like she's really pretty. She's just got
you saying that remember Attack on Titan when Armin finds his mom?
Yo,
Was this
pull up the picture.
I'm not gonna do that. It's a spoiler.
Is Armin's mom a Titan?
You forgot.
I didn't see that far. I haven't.
It was like season 1.
Benson from regular show, dude.
You mean Pops?
No.
Pops.
She looked like a gumball machine. All right, I'm sorry. I'm done.
Stop being mean. She's pretty.
Gramps.
She is pretty. It's weird.
Gramps is the one who's a good show, right?
That's Pops. No, you're right. It's Pops. He's got like the round head.
Oh, I'm thinking it's Skips. I'm confusing Pops and Skips.
Skips.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Okay.
Wow, that was really messed up, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Florence. I mean, I think she's beautiful. It's just she's got a big head. I don't know. I got flaws.
What was her name in the movie again?
It was Yolanda.
Yelena.
No, it's Yelena Belova.
Yelena Belova.
Yelena. Okay.
Oh man.
Back to your notes.
David Harbour absolutely like stole the show for me.
Between him
Hopper.
and Yelena, I think them two are going to be amazing in
100%.
Marvel going forward because she was so good.
I didn't like the mom. I forgot what her name is.
I don't know.
And neither do I.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her as an actress. You know, she's married to Daniel Craig.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
Olga Kurylenko or whatever her name is? Is that her?
Oh my God, is that her name?
The
No, it's
actresses?
Rachel Weisz. What the heck?
Okay.
Her name from the movie didn't like transfer to real Olga.
Oh my God.
You know, well, I'll tell you right now.
You're thinking of the one from Oblivion.
Yeah. No, but she's in Black Widow. I think she plays Taskmaster.
She played Taskmaster.
That's why I was thinking of
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Spoiler.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway.
Sorry. Oh wow, yeah, that's a mouthful. Her last name Kurylenko.
Kurylenko, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, look at that.
So yeah, back to this guy.
Yeah, no, I thought they were great.
Oh.
Scarlett Johansson was okay. I feel like for her movie, she was kind of like a side character,
I was gonna say that.
which
Without
was
a
weird.
doubt. That does
I
feel
feel-
appropriate.
Especially
Yeah.
because Marvel's taken so long to get this done. I feel like they've absolutely done her dirty. They came out with Captain Marvel as the first female lead superhero movie before Black Widow,
You're not lying.
and Black Widow's
Yeah.
been around since Iron Man 2. That's pretty messed up.
I don't think so though, because no one was asking for a Black Widow movie.
I know. Nobody was asking for a Wonder Woman movie.
No,
Who asked for a
know,
Wonder
man.
Woman movie?
Wonder Woman's huge,
Okay,
and
but
it
who was
made
asking
over
for
a
Wonder
billy.
Woman?
So did Captain Marvel.
There was 54 slow motion scenes in that movie.
Yeah, but
I mean,
that movie
I
definitely beats
counted.
Captain Marvel.
Oh my god, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel was garbage.
Straight.
Made over a billion.
Caca.
Captain Marvel made over $1 billion.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
Why?
That's an atrocity.
I don't know, honestly.
That
Let's
shouldn't be
continue.
allowed.
Let's continue.
Anyway, yeah, Red Guardian. I love the fact that he hates Captain America so much. Have they ever
I
met?
know.
Have he and Steve ever met?
No.
No,
I don't
you
think so.
He just
but he
make-
held such a grudge against that man. I loved it.
It's his
so
ego.
much.
That's why.
His like dedication to that role was absolutely like
He hates America.
pure.
His whole
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is
it makes
hating America, like growing up in Soviet Russia.
Yeah.
And he has
He's a
Karl
spy.
Marx tattooed on his hands. I love that little.
Is that what it was? I didn't catch. That was again. I watched the movie for our listeners, but my dog was sick that day and he was acting up a lot, so I didn't get to really focus as much as I would like to. I do want to see the movie again, but we had the podcast before I could. So anyway, I didn't catch that detail. I saw that there was something written on it, but I didn't get to see what it was.
Yeah, it was Karl Marx. And for anyone who knows history or politics,
Mhm.
I found that so interesting. I was like, look at this. Like,
It's a
they
small
even-
detail. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so impactful because Soviet
Mhm.
Russia and all that and the obsession with Marxism and hating America carries forward
Mhm.
to this day. I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah. Even when like they landed that like helicopter or crashed the helicopter, and he's like trying to give his inspirational speech to him. He's
Yeah.
like, the two of you together have killed so
Yeah,
many
he's talking about-
people. I'm so proud of you.
He's like,
It
you
was
have
just like
slaughtered hundreds.
men, women, and children.
I love it.
you. I'm so proud of you. It was just like beautiful. I loved
Yeah.
it so much. Killed it.
Now, while they were the stronger part of the movie, the weaker part for me was something that Marvel suffers with so often in their solo movies, and it's the villain. And I think this villain may
Probably one of the
be
worst.
one of the worst
Yeah.
villains in Marvel movies.
Hmm.
A good villain makes the movie.
Absolutely.
You don't get The Dark Knight without Joker. You don't get Man of Steel without Zod. Like that kind of
I will find him.
yes.
Ah, so good.
Phenomenal. You
Mhm.
like they make the movies. So when you think of awesome Marvel movies with that great villains, I mean, look at Black Panther. You have Ulysses Claw, just this psycho awesome villain, and then Killmonger, phenomenal villain.
Mhm. They had two.
Exactly. Thanos and all these people.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Winter Soldier,
And then you have Iron Man 2 with Whiplash.
Iron Man 2 with Whiplash, definitely bottom tier.
Or Thor the Dark World with Malachi or stuff like that.
What?
Yeah.
The most stale two-dimensional villain. This falls in that category, you know.
Hmm.
I agree.
Really, if it was more threatening. And then another thing that I was really frustrated with was the amount of exposition in this movie.
Yeah. And I felt like it wasn't delivered as cleanly as it usually is in
Yeah.
Marvel movies. Marvel, they're very, very good at keeping it flowing
Yep.
really, really well. And I felt like there was a lot of like, okay, we need to sit down at like a table and talk. And throughout this family reunion conversation, we're going to drop a whole bunch of exposition. And then later on, we're going to do a whole bunch of jump cuts back to that conversation that we didn't air the first time, but we're going to go back to it because you missed it. And in that one like 5-hour long conversation that we had in that little farmhouse, we had all these topics that we discussed. And throughout the movie, we're just going to keep jumping back to that so that you're being filled in on what's happening right now.
Yep.
It was kind of choppy.
That's one of the parts where I fell asleep. I mean, that
Mhm.
that dinner scene did not need to be 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
I mean, that should have been cut down. Even when you think of Civil War, when they were sitting at the table talking about the Sokovia Accords, that scene was 10 minutes, and that impacted all of Phase 3.
Big time.
You
Yeah.
can do exposition better than the way they did in this movie. And then you think about when she met, the villain and not Taskmaster, but Draco, and they were talking all this time, and it was just him dumping everything he did for all these years. It was just him talking about everything. I'm like, oh, okay. When you read a book or watch a movie, and the villain just explains what he's done for 20 years, it's a sign of weak writing.
Yeah.
Just doesn't feel as impactful.
And I think it's also, it hits a little harder because, as we were saying before, this movie was slated to come out like right before the pandemic. So people have been waiting on this movie for like a year. And for all this like hype, I mean, it's not like there was a ton of hype around it to begin with, but they were releasing it and they were like, oh, look at this and this and this, and we're going to have this and this. And we're like, oh, wow, okay, cool. And they were releasing trailers and all that stuff. And then it was like, okay, wait 1 year. And then it came out and it wasn't really that great to begin with. And it's like, well, okay, we waited a year and this was the result. It's just like kind of disappointing.
And then the CGI at times I was like, is this Marvel?
Yeah.
Kind of iffy.
I felt like it was like they handed this to like a B or C team.
Yeah.
They're like, we have a lot of people working on these shows like Loki and stuff like that. So
give it to the intern.
I was about to say, let the interns take care of Black Widow. So it's a little disappointing.
He's about to pull up the clip. When you see the screen shine up, light up. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see the director. Okay. Oh. I was trying to see if this was the director's first movie.
Anyone that's done anything else in Marvel?
No, it's Kate Shepard. I've never heard of her. She only has one other movie and it came out last year. Super under the radar. So they kind of
one other movie, period?
Yeah, she's only directed one other movie.
Oh my god.
I mean, Eternals director Chloe Zhao, she only directed one other movie and she won Best Picture.
So she's an Oscar winner.
Yeah, but they chose her before that movie even was released. She's been working on Eternals for a year and some change. This movie just won a few months ago.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Feige just has a good eye.
Yeah.
And then my other thing was this big old. Well, I don't want to spoil that. So,
is it about Taskmaster?
Nah. Well, it's not really a spoiler. The ship that was in the sky. It's just a Death Star floating in the air for that.
The Red Room.
Yeah. Nothing ever went wrong. It was just floating there.
I mean, okay, I could see. I mean, Marvel is obviously like in the MCU. The technology is farther out there. But that thing is supposed to have been there for the last 20 years.
Exactly.
Right? We didn't have that in
Where was S.H.I.E.L.D.? 1980
or whenever she was growing up. I don't know.
They said something like they were working on things in the 80s that you didn't even know existed now. And just to kind of brush it off. And I was like,
no.
Again, where was S.H.I.E.L.D. when this was going down? When they're flying
they were
in the
chasing
sky.
after Hopper. That was S.H.I.E.L.D. that was chasing after them when they were getting on the plane.
Oh, that is true.
Those vans. Yeah, they had S.H.I.E.L.D. emblems on them.
Oh, I didn't even
So S.H.I.E.L.D. was around.
That's cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, but I mean, for the things floating in the air, I mean, you got S.H.I.E.L.D. flying through the air.
And Banner was like super impressed in Avengers.
The first Avengers, yeah.
When they had the what's it called? The
helicarrier.
He was like, "Whoa, this is insane." Like,
dude.
No, the Russians have had this for like 20 years already. What are you talking about?
Damn it, we're late.
Yeah, I watched that movie on the way home again, Avengers 1. It's so good. It's so good. That movie holds up so well.
It does. Cap's costume ruins that movie for me.
Yeah, it's a bit rough, yo. He's got a sock on his head.
You know what it was, though?
Cap's costume.
What's this guy that directed Justice League? Joss Whedon. He's the director of Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has this thing with very comic booky moments. And he did a good job with the Avengers one, with the scene in New York when you spin around him and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I even like the Justice League one when they're all standing up, perched up there in the new cut. But he made Cap dress like the 1950s still and have the old outfit.
I think Steve even said it when he was having the conversation in the little like plane with Coulson and stuff. He was like, "Oh yeah, I designed the suit myself. I felt like people now needed that, like the stars and stripes and like the real like superhero kind of vibe. I did. People need that like icon, which when you explain it that way, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But it still looked pretty dorky. I'm not gonna lie. He looked pretty doofy.
I'll tell you, that mess wouldn't fly now. He'd show up in a stadium and they would just turn around and kneel, like put their back to Captain America.
Jeez,
like, that was dark. Kneel. Oh my god. No, but like after that, in Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, the stealth suit is by far my favorite.
the best
it's
one.
so cool.
I love the
Endgame,
Infinity
all
War
those,
suit.
with the rolled up sleeves and the ripped
Dude.
off star. Yeah.
Sick, and the slick back hair and the beard.
Yeah.
Just the coolest Captain
cool.
America.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All in all, good, not great. Definitely not Marvel's finest, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's Thor: The Dark World or anything like that.
Or Iron Man.
It was better.
It's very middle of the road. If you end up doing a tier ranking, which I think we should do a Marvel one eventually, it's going to end up being C tier or something.
The thing with that is it's constantly going to be evolving.
That's true. There's YouTubers who do like every week, every release, they'll be like Marvel tier list now with Black Panther and now with this.
Yeah,
like,
that's
wait
so
till
taxing.
Exactly.
Do one at the end of every year or something like that.
Exactly. That'd be cool. So,
And
maybe we could do that. That could be an episode.
I think a Marvel
we're coming
tier list
up.
would be fun.
Yeah. Now we have the shows too. That'd be a huge list.
Yeah, I wonder if we should wait till after Shang-Chi.
When is that?
So
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi. September 3rd.
So end credit scene.
Oh, that's of this year.
Yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
have, we have
that's what I'm
If
saying.
in August and
End of
Shang-Chi.
End of 2021, we can do a tier list.
Jeez. That's crazy. We'll be doing this podcast for a year.
I know. What, in 2 months? 2-3 months?
What did
3
we
months.
start?
October.
October,
Yeah.
Well, that's lights out on the.
No, we didn't even mention the end credit scene.
I don't think we can spoil that.
Yeah, we can.
Just
Well, it
Spoiler.
leads into the Hawkeye show. We find out what the general premise is going to be.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Okay.
It wasn't the earth-shattering end credit scene anyway.
All right. Do you want to talk about it then? Are we going to go into? Okay, so the show or the movie ends at Natasha's grave, which everyone knows that she died in Endgame. She sacrificed herself for the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right?
on
Okay.
Mjolnir.
Her sister with the massive head, apparently.
Wylie loves Florence Pugh too. He's gonna be so mad when he edits this.
He has nothing to say here.
Yeah.
She's like at the grave, paying her respects. Madam Hydra. What's her real name? I don't know.
In real life?
No, not in real life. Like the character's real name. I know her
I don't know.
name is
I gotta use the bathroom.
whatever it is. Shows up. The one who showed up in Falcon and the Winter Soldier shows up and hands her a picture of Clint, aka Hawkeye, and says that he's the one who's responsible for Natasha's death.
Dirty.
So that's pretty much confirmation that she's going to be going after him in the Hawkeye show. Okay.
Remember the scene where he was in jail or whatever, and he was arm wrestling?
Yeah, and he broke the dude's arm.
The Dutch
Like
giant.
shattered his arm.
So that guy's so he plays Ursa Major, who's technically a mutant.
Crazy is that?
He his mutant is a great bear. He transforms into a huge bear.
What?
So he's
A
the first
Russian
official.
that turns into a bear. That's
I know.
so on the nose.
Little on the nose there.
Does Vlad Putin just like
I know.
come up and start
I know.
riding a bear back, holding like 2 AKs?
So
Oh, okay.
how far did you guys get into in the end credit scene?
We finished
He
talking about it, and
explained it,
Jace
and then
started
I
like
literally just mentioned,
getting all
Ursa
belligerent.
Major.
So
Okay.
my a theory that I found online was, what if this lady is assembling the, what did I say they were called, Joey? The abominables?
Not the abominations.
I don't know, something
That's a
like
character.
Lightning something you said. I don't remember what kind of weird name you said. Something.
that. The Thunderbolts. Thank you.
Thunderbolts.
And the reason they're called the Thunderbolts in the comics is because their leader is
Ulysses or Ross.
Ross.
What's his name?
I think it's Ross Thunderbolt, isn't it?
No, the Thunderbolt is his nickname. Who names their kid Thunderbolt? What the heck?
It's a last name. You can't choose.
That's true.
He's like, I am Ross
His
Thunderbolt the
last
Fourth.
name is Ross. I know his last name is Ross. I forgot what
Okay.
his first name is.
So in Black Widow, as soon as he came out, I was like, Joey,
Ross
what?
Thunderbolt. What is he, Nordic?
Thunderbolt.
Great shark tooth. I was like, Joey, why does he look so like skinny and weird? And that's CGI. That's not how he looks. Did you notice that? He looked terrible in this movie.
He had his like triple bypass, but he
That's
becomes,
what they said to
he
brush it
becomes
off.
Red Hulk.
Exactly.
Yeah, he gets like another serum to
Exactly. And members of the Thunderbolts, one of them is Yelena, and another is Walker from
US
Falcon and Winter
agent.
Soldier, whatever his name
okay.
is. And then there's a
US
few others.
agent.
Yes.
Listen.
So
man.
I was like, they're assembling some kind of team.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the end credit scenes for the shows and the movies that are going to be coming out. Wow, I tripped over my words there.
I like that.
They're gonna be Madam Hydra like picking up a new villain to
Kind of like the way Nick Fury did for a while.
yeah, she's the anti Nick Fury.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
But if they're gonna bring Red Hulk and they already introduced Abomination, they have to fix Hulk. I'm sorry, but Professor Hulk isn't gonna cut it against these dudes.
Well, he's got a gimpy arm now,
That too.
so he can't even be. Well, unless they do like Amadeus Cho or something, which would be really cool. That'd be
cool.
perfect
That would
in
be cool.
Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Because you have
dude,
Shang-Chi and Abomination.
Yes. And if
Amadeus Cho is perfect.
that'd be.
Come on.
I would love that.
I'm calling it.
That'd be
calling
dope.
it.
To see the Hulk with
Amadeus
the
Cho.
hair.
Heck yeah,
with the
he's got like a faux hawk.
I would love it.
You're welcome.
That'd be awesome. Wait, you're welcome. Get out of here.
I tried to.
That's a Kyler original theory right here. Lipo podcast
I like
stamp
it.
of approval.
I like
Bang.
it.
I'm calling it.
Amadeus Cho. That'd be beautiful. Imagine you hear it in the theater. What? Amadeus. Like,
That'll be like the my nephew Miles type thing, like one of those just like offhanded remarks. You're like, for anyone who doesn't know, Amadeus Cho is another Hulk. He's like is he Chinese? He's Chinese, right?
I think so.
I think he's Chinese. I don't know if he's Chinese or Japanese. I'm not 100% sure. He's of Oriental descent, and I think he makes the serum himself, if I'm not mistaken. And he becomes.
Thank you.
Becomes Hulk.
Thank you.
What's wrong with you?
Thank you.
Stop it.
Wow.
This is the last one.
You done?
Oh,
My
he's
cousins were telling me that's their favorite soundbite. I was dying.
They
They were like, "We love it when you do thank you."
Amadeus is Korean American.
Oh, Korean American.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. So maybe not in Shang-Chi then.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's not Korean.
Shang-Chi's Chinese. Takes place in China, I think, doesn't it? Doesn't it
I
take
never like
place
to
in
assume
China?
Chinese
It's
because
Chinese.
every time you say Chinese, they're never Chinese. It's always something else.
No. It's
Well, I
like
mean, what
Chinese.
you see
It's
them
the
like
Mandarin.
the movie, yeah.
China.
Yeah, okay.
That
I'm
you're not really grasping for
I'm
that.
just gonna
one.
stop there. Yeah, probably better.
Anyway, well, we heard Ringo, so you're just packing them all into the very end of the
So
episode,
cool.
huh? God.
Oh my God, I love her.
Thanks, Vin. I guess we'll wrap it up here. We'll call it there.
Yep.
So
Thank you.
can you stop? Please?
Did you need to get
No
it out
one's
now?
listening at
Do you
this
need to
point.
get it out now?
I wish I would have done it earlier. I gotta catch up on a few.
Lord. Stop. No, I want to see your hands away from your mouse. There you go. Okay, keep them there until we wrap up.
Hotkey. No.
That was a lot of catching up to do, but we did it. Next episode, we're not 100% sure when it's going to be. Maybe not next week, the week after, in 2 weeks.
It's been
Hopefully-
a lot of craziness recently.
Yeah. I mean, Darrien said it a few weeks ago. It's summer. We're traveling. We have plans and stuff like that. We have jobs and lives outside the podcast. So
I'm vaccinated,
Yeah.
so
stuff to do. Yeah. Now,
Oh,
yeah,
Pfizer getting 100%, bro. If you still-
lockdown's over for those who are vaccinated. So we're
COVID's
getting back
over,
out to the
son.
world.
and if you're not vaccinated, I'll see you in the hospital. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's over.
Delta's got you, bro.
Might I grow a third arm in 2 years? Possible.
But I'll use the third arm.
Cool.
I'll use it.
That's
Do I
fine.
care? No.
I don't mind.
I'll be a superhero.
Yeah, so we might take very small breaks. No matter what, it's going to be bi-weekly for the foreseeable future. But we should be on a more regular schedule. Everyone should be back in the same state pretty soon. Our wonderful host Wylie should be back maybe next episode, if not the one after that. So things should be more or less getting back to normal. But thanks for hanging in there with us and for understanding. And that's about it. So we'll hand it off to Joey to sign us off.
Make sure to like, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts.
Just stop. Ain't no energy in that.
I know. What is going on?
I would unsubscribe if I heard that mess.
Thanks for listening.
Do what you want. You want to sub?
Sorry,
I don't care.
It's 9:30.
Smash that like
I'm
button.
tired. It's 2
Hit
hours.
the bell for notifications. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on
Minecraft tutorial
Castbox.
next episode.
Oh
No.
yeah.
No. No. Can we get a Vin Diesel?
My voice mod's not opening up for whatever reason.
Okay,
so
that's
just-
Lights
do it.
On. That's
Good.
Lights On, the Light Pole Podcast.
Yeah.